What it do, YouTube? It's your boy KJ3. Welcome, yo, my YTG dog. What the? I can't cuss it within like first 30 seconds or 30, whatever it is. Y'all probably like I haven't really posted a video since 2020, and a lot of y'all still hit me up just like asking like for reactions if I'm gonna post anything, and so to those people, still checking out, still looking out for me and stuff. Like, I appreciate y'all so much. It's so hard to switch from the main content everyone subscribed to you to see to like different avenues and different topics and stuff like that. But regardless, you guys always support it. Keep the optimism going. Keep the positive vibes going. It's your boy KJ3. What we're going to get into right now, man, I'm going to respond to some WNBA comments. But I don't think people understand that they are the same ones that can change the WNBA, and the culture surrounding it is just all sorts of fucked up. So I'm gonna take this time to respond to, you already know how these WNBA comments be. Hopefully we can use this as a microcosmic example as to what type of power people hold when we work together, or what type of power the consumer holds. That's key. Let's go ahead and get into this. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take a comment. I'm going to respond to this comment and in a way that actually tackles the problems facing the WNBA. Now, let me just get this out the way first. Do I think the WNBA has problems? Yes, but the biggest ones have nothing to do with the WNBA. The biggest problems. A lot of people, here's common people, here's me. Common people think the WNBA has the problems. The WNBA's biggest, they're responsible for the biggest problems. Me, I think the common people are the biggest problem facing the WNBA. So I'm going to take these comments, respond to them, and try to get you all to think outside of the box. I'm trying to build the Great Wall of China theoretically here. So there's no greater outgroup than one supporting and advocating the WNBA. Like, I feel it's me, Lethal Shooter, and Adrian Wojnarowski. Let me get the Long Beach Griffey glasses here. Let's go ahead and get into our first comment. It's hilarious that every WNBA player gets offended at any suggestion that it makes easier, quote unquote, easier for them to play, but would bring in more fans. But then they turn around and complain that they don't make a fraction of what NBA players make. How are people not seeing the correlation to fans equal money? Let me just work backwards here. Fans equal money, correct. I pointed this out in my last video. Let me say this again. From when girls start playing basketball, whatever level, they are constantly being compared to the men. Constantly, to the boys, to the teens, to the men. Constantly being compared. Comparison, again, to me, is the biggest problem facing the WNBA. Has nothing to do with the players, has nothing to do with the league. Comparison is the biggest problem, the biggest hurdle, the biggest obstacle facing WNBA. Women's players don't even get their integrity in playing basketball. There's this dynamic, we say, women can have certain freedoms in America and stuff like that. But sometimes we uphold certain patriarchal dynamics, and it's so evident in basketball. We don't think that women should be playing basketball. We may not say it, but the philosophy, the actions behind it are all there. There's a reason I call the NBA the MNBA, right? Because it keeps the integrity of both the men's league and the women's league, right? When we call the NBA the NBA, we're still upholding that same dynamic that shows that, women shouldn't be playing basketball, or this isn't basketball. I know you all have seen the comments saying this isn't a sport. You all compare them to the men so much. Why is it so outlandish for you all to see them saying, hey, look, we want more money? That's what the men are getting, and that's who you all have been comparing them to since they started picking up a basketball. A lot of these things are going to come back to what the consumer is doing. A lot of the problems you think the WNBA has is going to come back to what we do. What the people do, not the players, not the coaches, not the executives. What we do, the people do. Every WNBA player gets offended at any suggestion that makes it easier for them to play to bring in more fans. Now, in this video, I think this commenter was talking about lowering the hoops. Let me attack this again. I got 4 things for why lowering the hoops is a bad idea. 1, it doesn't advance the game. Nowhere in the men's game did they lower the hoop, other than like the first time they were trying to get basketball right, where they playing around with the hoop level, right? Nowhere in the men's game did they lower the hoop. Matter of fact, when Kareem was the only one dunking in college, they banned dunking. You wonder why his skyhook got so good? But what does keeping 10, what does keeping that standard do? It forces the players directly and indirectly to get better. If you have to work to 10, you have to work to get to 10, right? All that's doing is forcing you to get better, is forcing you to advance and propel your game. You guys want to see these East Bay dunks and all this stuff like that. I don't know if the women will get to their level, but what I do know is that we haven't even tried. We haven't even got to the point where we can say, oh, the women can do this. 2, it's just straight up disrespectful. How are you going to tell these players they need to be playing on a 9.5, 9 hoop when all their lives they've been playing on 10 feet? And then you all get mad at them because they get attitudes about you all telling them to play on a shorter hoop. 3, are you expecting the women to see a 9.5, 9-foot hoop and just start East Baying and putting their elbows in the rim, windmill 360, East Bay double by in the back, Zach LaVine's 360. That's how I know people don't watch. How can you tell the women's players to lower the hoop when athleticism isn't as prized in the WNBA as it is in the men's game yet? You get what I'm saying? It's not going to change anything. And you all are these same people that if they lowered the hoop and they started dunking more, you all would complain that all they do are rim grazer dunks. Brittany Griner and other WNBA players have dunked on 10, and all you all do is complain. And that's on 10. And you think 9.5 is going to make everything better? 9 feet is going to make everything better? 4, look who the message is coming from. Lowering the hoop, you wonder why you get attitude from players as well? When a casual fan, when someone who doesn't even care or supports your job is telling you how to be better at your job and what can make your job better, there should be some resentment. Now imagine if Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, if Kobe Bryant said, I think it's a good idea to lower the hoop, would there be disagreement from the players? Maybe, possibly. But who are they more inclined to listen to? Kobe Bryant or the person that doesn't watch or care for their game at all? 4 reasons why lowering the hoop is just a bad idea. And hopefully I answered that comment well.